Hey, just wanted to thank people for encouraging me to speak out. I'm starting to get hopeful that Americans are actually starting to listen to the troops instead of just thanking them whenever they come home from their bazillionth deployment. I just wanted to personally congratulate Ron Paul for finishing third place in the Iowa caucuses, but even more so on and using the strategy of telling his supporters to remain there to gather up as many delegate positions as possible. Who knows, when it's all said and done, Ron Paul may have won Iowa come June when the delegate results are final. It really amazes me how deep the Ron Paul support goes. It's really more of a movement or enlightenment type change for people. That's why you don't see Romney supporters going crazy over him. I think his supporters might feel more like they're just kind of settling for him because that's all they can get, instead of actually believing in their candidate. This is why Paul supporters don't switch their minds on who they're going to vote for, like all the other flavor of the week type candidates. Once you make up your mind to support Paul, you realize that he brings hope for peace and prosperity, and you won't go back to the warmongering philosophy of all the other Republican and Democratic nominees. See, it's not about political parties, or even the man himself. It's his ideas that are changing people. Paul even admits that his biggest flaw is that he is not the most charismatic speaker, which just proves that it's not Paul, it's his philosophy that is bringing people together. Like Paul says, ideas really are more powerful than any weapon. Ideas can change nations, and ideas can start revolutions. In this case, a revolution for peace, prosperity, and freedom. Do you feel in your heart that Obama is bringing about more peace throughout the world, or that we are more prosperous as a nation now than we were in 2008? Do you feel that the government is getting more and more powerful by mandating more and more affronts to your individual and state liberties? The National Defense Authorization Act, the Patriot Act undermine your freedoms. I love this one quote by Benjamin Franklin. Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. See, our forefathers wanted a small central government so states can decide for themselves the best way to run things like education, healthcare, and commerce. Paul is the only guy out there saying he doesn't want to run your life. No other politician is saying that they want less power over you, or that they will decrease their federal salaries like Paul does. Talk about character. Paul wants to reduce his own salary if he becomes president from $400,000 to $39,000, that of the average American. And even multimillionaire Romney doesn't want to do that, and Obama is the one who increased it in the first place. One thing I really like about Paul is that he's the only one with the common sense and honesty to say to people that you can't have a foreign policy debate separate from an economic debate. Why doesn't this make sense to people? You can't say you're going to continue several wars and billions in foreign aid and then come back and say you want to decrease spending. Wars always bankrupt nations. That's one of the main reasons why we have $15 trillion in debt, and it's exponentially growing. When we return from war, economic growth always follows. America doesn't need more wars. We don't need to be in every country militarily to be a superpower. We need to stop looking for war and start looking for peace again. We need to stop invading countries under the guise of national defense, tearing those nations down, spending billions on military ops and thousands of American lives, then spending trillions rebuilding that same nation just to eventually give it back to the people that didn't want us there or our influence there in the first place. We need to obey the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That is Ron Paul's foreign policy. It's so simple, and America needs it, and other nations would love us so much more if this is the way we conducted ourselves. It's the basis of so many religious values from almost all religions, including Muslim. Ron Paul is the only person running for the presidency who wants peace, who wants a smaller central government, who wants to balance the freaking budget. You're going to get the same thing with Romney that you did with Obama. More wars, more spending, more government mandates. This isn't working. We need a leader to set the example for Congress to follow. No more wars, no more bailouts, no more massive deficits, no more Romneys, no more Obamas. We need a philosophic change of what our government's role is and whether we need to be the policeman of the world. I say no. Ron Paul says no. But you know what he says yes to? Peace, prosperity, and freedom. Please vote for Ron Paul.